Are you an artist or a small business owner struggling to connect with your core audience? Well, today may be your lucky day. I'm Jay Thinkill of Thinkill Marketing, and our free marketing consultations are back. Last time we opened up our free consultations, we connected and helped so many artists and entrepreneurs that we want to help even more this go round. Our consultations cater to artists and small business owners with dreams of taking their vision to the next level. So if this interests you, then simply fill out the contact form attached to this video and let's connect. Until then, just think ill.
Yo, do us a favor and yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Make sure to tap that notification bell as well so you can stay updated. Now let's get to the video.
Ill Sound Radio, we are back in the building.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Ill Sound Radio checking in every Sunday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. only on iLLANOiZE Radio. It's your boy Groove Nuke right here with Everyday Jay. And we to my left, we got our guest. We got King Melik in the building. How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm doing great, man. How y'all feeling?
All good, bro. We appreciate you for coming out,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For sure, about to dive into your story, learn more about you. You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
How everything been with you today?
It's cool, man. Family healthy or semi-healthy. Everybody got some little flu going around, but
man, what?
I don't know. I think I brought it in, but that's not my problem no more.
As long as it's about you, man. I hope everybody else stay healthy.
Yeah, of course.
So where you from, bro?
I'm from the south side of Chicago, born and raised. Yes, sir.
So how was it growing up on the south side? Because I don't know how old you are, you know what I'm saying? But I know every generation be like, man, it's a little bit worse than it was before.
Yeah. I had a really good childhood growing up. My parents homeschooled me all my life. Yeah, I'm 21, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I was homeschooled my whole life. Music was always like my primary source of education, even being a classically trained musician. So we didn't really get to see some of the things a lot of people on the south side had to see in their neighborhood and stuff. But, we weren't blind, you know what I'm saying? But I am grateful for my neighborhood for sure.
For sure. Now, what neighborhood actually did you grow up in on the south side?
Yeah, we in Chatham area.
Yeah, I low key was thinking that. I was feeling some Chatham.
For sure. Yeah.
No doubt.
Now you say you was homeschooled.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel like? Because they say a lot of times when you homeschool, like you don't transition into like the real world of being around kids naturally. Like it's hard to adjust. Was it hard to adjust when you actually were around other kids?
Well, yeah, that's a great question. A lot of parents feel like social anxiety when they homeschooling their kids, but I think we were around so many kids growing up that we were a part of homeschool groups. We were part of college courses, karate. We were in swimming. You know what I'm saying? So my social, I don't think we didn't have many like issues transitioning into mom and dad being in my classroom and then making new friends. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Now, your parents were your teachers when you homeschooled?
Primarily my mom. Primarily, yeah. But we would have other teachers like in different organizations, you know what I'm saying, teaching me at over at Jesse White. There was something called Teen Essentials, which was a homeschool group essentially that taught it, and they would bring in like professors or people in specific lines of education to kind of teach us classes and courses like that.
For sure. Now I feel like homeschooling is it takes a lot of patience, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I didn't personally hear about too many people even going the homeschooling route. Like when I used to hear people saying they were homeschooled, it was kind of far-fetched.
Yeah.
Like I just met you today and you told me you was homeschooled. I never had like nobody like really in my community that I knew of.
Yeah.
But do you think that would be something, even if you probably feeling it right now, is that something like you would really thank your parents for to go that route for you?
Absolutely, man. You always wonder how life would look in a traditional route, but I'm very grateful for the route they took because I doubt I would probably be who I am today. You know what I'm saying? I have values, I have standards that might not have been as high, a traditional route. Maybe it was, but I know this way I'm proud of the person I am, and I'm proud of the
Absolutely.
person they raised me to be. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Shout out to your parents, man.
Also, shout out Indigo Nation Homeschool Association.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forgot
for
to
sure
give y'all
that,
a
for
shout
sure
out.
that.
Yes, sir.
Now you say music was like a form of education for you too. So at what point did you start to get into music and become interested in it?
Yeah, man. Funny you said that. I actually, speaking of rap, if we're talking about the rap side of things, I did not like rap growing up, bro. And part of that was like, as a classical kid, like we're used to that like kind of soft, baroque type of music. You know what I'm saying? So when I would go into the car with my sister, she would be like blasting Migos, blasting Gucci Mane. I'm like, bro, like
What is
where's the
this?
dynamic at, bro? Like shit, like goddamn, like he's. And don't get me wrong, like I love them now because I can appreciate it, but I couldn't really relate to it. So,
Exactly.
but I think it was when I finally got my heart broken for the first time when I was like a shorty.
Right.
That's what made you go into rap.
Yeah, man. So it wasn't a rap. Technically, it is rap, but I remember my dad picked me up after I saw that girl like cheating on me with one of my homies. You know what I'm saying? And then
Fuck, dude.
type shit. And he picked me up. He was like, "Dude, Bryce, you good?" I was like, but he knew like I wasn't straight, so
Right.
he didn't say nothing. But he turned on "Take Care" by
for
Drake. And I was like listening to him and kind of hearing him switch up from singing about a girl and then kind of being like, you know, I got it, blah, 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 kind of making me feel bouncy. I don't know. You feel I could relate to that. And that kind of opened up the doors for me to be like, okay, I love melodies so much, and kind of hearing him kind of articulate a melody and tell a story, especially on Take Care. That's my favorite album of all time.
Man, that's a great introduction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
So.
Now the classical music, was that like part of your homeschooling?
Yes, absolutely. That was a lot of our education for sure. Going to Merit School of Music, going to the Musical Arts Institute, the Chicago Youth Symphony Orchestra. That was just every day. You know what I'm saying? Like every day we had something going on. Private lesson teachers, all that. So classical music has always been a big staple in our lives. Me and my little brother, because he does music too, but he's a cellist. He doesn't play violin. He was on cello, but
For sure.
yeah.
Do you feel like that helped make you a better, more well-rounded artist? Because coming up in classical music, like you say, when you first heard rap, you're like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like where's the levels to the music? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you think that helped prepare you for where you are today?
Absolutely, man. Just when I create music, I just want to make sure things are continuously moving. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with classical, of course you have a theme on a classical song, and I guess in the rap or in the mainstream industry, it's called like a hook. But I don't know. You don't want to get complacent in a song, and I feel like I incorporated that well into my music today. Just making sure things are still moving and not boring. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Even with your I would call it like a later introduction to hip hop music and rap music, I feel like hip hop it originated on love for other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like even I feel like it's one of those things where you can never be too late loving hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, to me, I always approach it like opening a book or finding a book that you that you probably didn't know was good. It was probably way before your time. You know what I'm saying? It probably came out in 1800s. Right. And it's just a good ass book.
Right.
So like, do you ever like dibble and dabble like with probably like 90s rap, 80s rap, anything like that?
Yeah. My uncle definitely put me on to some things because at that time when I'm kind of transitioning into rap, it's not really traditional rap. You know what I'm saying? Because like my generation is kind of singy rap type stuff. But my uncle would definitely put me on to some like stuff like Illmatic, Snoop Dogg's old stuff, Doggy Style. So yeah, I dabble, not as often, but I do definitely take some inspiration from them because they definitely paved the way for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Now, who are some artists today of today's time, whether mainstream or locally, like that you feel like you can relate to a lot?
Man, I love Dante Rose. Sinite is an amazing
For sure.
up and coming artist. Man, there's so many to name. Jazz Kid was my little brother. Shout out Jazz Kid.
For sure.
And then on the mainstream side, I can say Roddy Ricch. Tory Lanez, Chance, man, the list goes on and on. A lot of underground people who don't get a lot of love, like St. John. Like St. John is amazing, dude. I love St. John, and he's getting his bag because he's working with Beyonce and Jay now. Yeah, those are probably my immediate favorites.
For sure, that.
All right, I got Mocha queued up. Explain that record before we get into it.
Man, yeah. So the record before that one, the intro was pretty somber, very dramatic, like a kind of a weekend vibe. So I wanted my followers to know, like, I'm not sad all the time. So it's basically just turning it around, basically hyping yourself up, telling your girl or your ex or whatever, like, do what I say, not what I do. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So.
Yes, sir. We back in the building with our guest King Melik.
Yes, sir. Yes,
now,
sir.
we played the track Mocha, and I believe you say it got featured on what's the new Chicago playlist?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How is it like? How is it working? And you finally getting these placements, and these placements are coming right in the city.
Right. Man, it was amazing. As a listener of the new Chicago and seeing some amazing artists, Bianca Shaw, Sonny,
For sure.
Amazing Chicago artists kind of on there, and shout out Dreamer. I was speechless. I was very excited. Shout out Jeremy Hodges. Shout out Andrew Barber, Fake Shore Drive.
For sure that.
But yeah, that was absolutely amazing. Seeing me with some artists I listen to every day. I was looking through the featured artist list, and it was just like it was like Chance. Then I would scroll down, I would see Chief Keef, and I scroll down, I see King Melik. I'm like, oh shit, that's
Right.
crazy. Yeah, I mess with that heavy. So yeah, that was dope.
For sure.
All right, now you just dropped your project Sanctuary,
Yes, sir.
November 13th.
Yes, sir.
All right, before we get into the project, explain why you called it Sanctuary.
Man, the reason I call my project Sanctuary is because I really initially was going to name it When the Sanctuary Burns to Ashes, but that was kind of wordy. And I originally made it because I lost a lot of sanctuaries in my life, because sanctuary isn't a religious term. You know what I'm saying? It's a place of refuge. It's a place where you feel safe.
Right.
And whether that be a thing, a person, a place, I felt like during my life I was losing some of that stuff, getting out of a relationship. When COVID happened and I wasn't able to perform as often as I was, I kind of lost those sanctuaries in my life.
Right.
And I wanted to basically kind of write and articulate how I was feeling during that time.
For sure. It kind of remind me of the title and like the meaning that you placed behind it. Remind me of Isaiah Rashad's The House is Burning. Have you ever heard that album?
I didn't,
sure.
but I know he's amazing.
Yeah, that's a cold album, man. You
Okay.
should check it out, no doubt.
For sure.
But you say so I'm pretty probably not. But is this the you said you lost the relationship? Is this the same relationship you was telling us about before? Or was it totally something different? You said when you was in the car with your dad as a kid.
Oh no.
Okay,
I was finna say,
No.
that's tough.
Yeah, I was just
No,
making
I wasn't
sure.
holding on to that one. That was like back in like 5th grade.
Oh yeah, that damn it don't even count. Okay,
Right.
So this new one and with this most recent one, and it inspired a lot of your music and your inspiration behind a lot of the tracks and everything you made on it. How do you derive that feeling, that emotion? You know what I'm saying? Of like, damn, it's possibly a heartbreak or all the effects that it plays on you, and how do you like place that into your music?
Man, dude, that's a great question. I know that particular relationship lasted almost 5 years.
Man.
So since I was 16 until 21. So when it ended officially, it was tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of during my adolescence. That was kind of like my partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was just supposed to be there. And and she's amazing. I still love her to death and wish her the best. And but during that part of my life, that's all I could really articulate.
Right.
I'm an extroverted person, but during that time, I was very introverted. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want. For a moment, I didn't want to work. I was kind of wavy off of that, but I was able to kind of put that into my music and kind of go a little bit harder. And I feel like I needed that boost. You know what I'm saying?
man.
All right, knowing the meaning behind this project, was it difficult to actually record this project?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was. It was hard, and I think it was harder to release it. You know what I'm saying? Because you want people to interpret things the right way, but you can't really listen with everybody and say, yeah, this means that and that means this. Right. They got to kind of interpret it themselves. And there's some tracks that some people might take offense to, if you know me personally. And there's some tracks that it might have nothing to do with you, but just kind of having that fear of dropping it and letting it be dropped. I don't have to explain myself. This is my work. This is how I felt, and being unapologetic. Jesus, somebody give me a thesaurus,
unapologetically.
Please.
Yeah,
myself. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Yeah, and I was just gonna ask that too, because you said it's something that can possibly offend people if they know you. I was gonna ask, did you drop it in an unapologetically fashion? You see,
you gonna flex on me like that?
I had to catch myself.
I did unapologetically drop that. But no. It was. I had to have that confidence in myself.
And sometimes, man, you gotta be like, man, with all due respect, y'all F how y'all feel for a moment.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, when you making the music, you making these projects, and you already setting a career path for yourself. Like, this is what I want to do, music.
Right.
You gotta put yourself in like the main character format.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, we gotta live by the main character format, man.
For sure.
As an artist, do you make music for yourself or for the consumer?
I'm gonna say both. Even in my my Apple Music Wrapped playlist, or the top artists. Yeah. I was in there. I was in my own.
You gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? Like I do enjoy my music. I think I've grown a lot, especially over the years. But I think it's both. It's both. I definitely consider what my listeners listen to, because there's times I kind of want to put violin on my track, and there's times I don't, because I know what my listeners listen to. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying they don't like it, but I know what they go back to. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah. What's some of the feedback you've been getting from the project?
Man, a lot of people have been saying it's pretty great, which is great. I'm very blessed that people are perceiving it well. It's a very emotional, vulnerable project that I don't think I ever released before. And even from the intro, I put a choir on there, live instruments. I wanted to kind of have a gargantuan start, and I think we're getting the feedback that we wanted.
Yes, sir.
All right, now you say one of the things you missed most was performing.
Yeah.
Now, you done performed at Windy City Live, the House of Blues. You opened up a Chance the Rapper. You performed at the Taste of Chicago. So I would ask, like, which one of these was your favorite performance?
Man, those were a lot of fun performances. I'm gonna say when I was a shorty, man, I had a performance not with Chance. It was like at one of his open mics with Social Works.
For sure.
And I wanted to make kind of a track where everybody could kind of sing along to it. And this is like early on when I wasn't even taking this like 100% seriously yet. And I wanted people to sing along. So I'm writing on my phone on the way to the performance. So I'm writing. And once I got on stage, I started performing. The crowd was messing with it. They started singing along, and I'm feeling myself. I'm performing. I'm going crazy. Probably sounding out of tune as hell. But then I turn around and I see Chance singing along with the audience, and that was probably one of the moments where I was like, "Oh shit, maybe I can do this for real." So
for sure, that's dope, man.
What are those moments like as an artist though? Because it's like real life affirmation, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's like you replay those moments, and sometimes you forget those moments too. Y'all in this business, it's an up and down business. Some days, some months it's great, and the other months it's like, damn, like I gotta go harder. Like this month wasn't as great as the last month, and you kind of have to remind yourself for those moments. So those are those. They have a special place in the vault in your head, you know what I'm saying, that you kind of have to go back to and remind yourself that, you know, you had some great moments.
Absolutely. Now, what do you do? Like, you know, sometimes when you're going on these up and downs, you kind of expect it, but like some months or even some days, you gotta draw that line in the sand. You know what I'm saying? So what do you do to draw that line in the sand? Give yourself some boundaries between probably something that could be going on in your personal life, and it's kind of interfering with what you do as far as music.
Man, sheesh. Y'all asking some great questions.
Man. Yes, sir. We'll put it on you.
Yes, sir. But no, to answer it, I feel like I'm just reminding myself about the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a standard I want myself to live by. I want my family to live by, and kind of reminding myself that, hey, this is the life you promised.
Exactly.
And this is the life you're grinding for. So, you can be sad, but tomorrow get up. You know what I'm saying?
Heard that.
Now, we live in a world of instant gratification.
Yep.
You feel me? And
Absolutely.
a world ran by social media. So have you been able to find the balance between like real life and social media?
Man, if it was up to me, I'd probably not even be on social media for real, man. Like, it's tiring, and I don't mean to sound like superficial, like, oh, I'm above Instagram or anything like that. It's not. It's just a lot, and kind of having to remind yourself, okay, make sure you posted it, because people will forget about you like that. Like you said, it's instant gratification. Like, what sounds good right now, and if he doesn't sound good next week, then who's next? You know what I'm saying? So, finding that balance between inviting your personal life to that social media life is a little tough, especially now. Now that we're getting some eyes that I really wanted on us now. Just reminding myself to share what's going on.
For real. Now we hinted at family here and there, but how does your family really get behind your musical approach and everything like that?
Man, my family is everything to me, man. I love everybody in that family to death. There's nothing I wouldn't do for them. We're a unit. Even my bassist is my little brother, Bruce Thompson. Shout out Brew Brew. And they inspire me so much, man, in ways that, I always want myself to look a certain way and live a certain lifestyle, but the thing that really gets me going is making sure they live that lifestyle.
Yo, do us a favor and yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Make sure to tap that notification bell as well so you can stay updated. Now let's get to the video.
Ill Sound Radio, we back in the building.
Yes, sir, and we back in the building with our guest, King Melik. Now, a question I always like to ask, and something I always like to say is, music is like a very just rap music, anything. It's like a sustainable career. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that even if it's not necessarily bringing you millions, it can bring you something that makes your life comfortable for you and your family, and just for you to consider yourself successful with what you put in. So what do you measure success by when it comes to that?
I think I measure success by not having to work anymore. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you can wake up and not have to do anything and live comfortably, I think that is success.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then, there's success and happiness. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you're happy, your family's happy. And rising as, spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Making sure your mental is intact, because I'm sure there's a lot, as we've seen, that there's a lot of celebrities, rich celebrities who might be battling depression, you know what I'm saying, that might have lost their battle. That's super, serious to us. I hold mental health very seriously, so making sure we succeed and thrive mentally, physically, spiritually, all that.
For sure, and that's crazy that how big we are and how big as a society we're turning to with mental health as far as the awareness. Individually, I still feel like it's still a lot of ways to go, because a lot of people can go through the storm, you know what I'm saying, go through the storm like for real, and they don't really know what to call it, you know what I'm saying, what it is upstairs for real. But it's very important though to really like monetize that. So what do you do? Like, just to relieve yourself on some days you might feel overwhelmed, like outside of music.
Yeah. I love busting my little brother's ass in basketball. It's always very fun.
For sure.
But not, exercising, working out. It's something I, been doing on and off, you know what I'm saying? But hanging out with my brother, because that's like my best friend.
For sure.
But probably exercise is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that from my mom.
For sure, it's important.
All right, now we was talking about how this year has flown by. You feel me? And shit, it's over with. Actually,
Man, sheesh.
So what were some goals that you accomplished this year, and what goals are you setting for next year?
Yeah, man. I wanted to drop this project this year. I wanted to perform with my band. I wanted to have I wanted to have an official band that I can just call up and say, "Yo, woo woo."
Yeah, you got it.
You know what I'm saying? Got that.
For sure.
Meeting some amazing people, working with the Ghetto Flower, meeting some, Teo. It's been great meeting these people and continuing to, because I'm more than just an artist, you know what I'm saying? Making sure my building on our credit, building on our welfare, all that stuff is important for me. So coming 2023, we trying to do that times 3.
Heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Now, I think you said you got like a fashion show or something next week.
Yeah.
Talk about that event.
Yes, sir. Shout out my boy Season. He's doing up a fashion show next week, and I'm gonna be performing a few songs off of Sanctuary on that for sure.
Why you gonna be performing like while people walking through?
It's crazy you said that because I don't know if I have like a halftime type interlude type show or if I'm gonna be performing as people are walking down. We just did one of those out in New York with my band. Yeah, it was a lot of fun at Oswego University.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So fashion shows are fun to play at. This is gonna be my second one, but I'm looking forward to it.
For sure. And with your band, you kind of talk about like your members and what's the name and like all the positions that go into it.
Yeah, for sure. So as I said, my little brother Bruce is my bassist / musical director. He's amazing, doing producing, doing a lot of phenomenal stuff.
For sure.
And I can keep going on about him, so enough of him.
I know, that's bro.
Yeah, that's my bro. That's my bro. That's my boy.
For sure.
Then my boy Gabriel Alex, he's my pianist, musical director as well. Super talented artist, doing amazing things vocally himself, writing for other artists, he just had something like on Peacock or something. He just got a song submitted and cleared, and now it's on one of those shows.
For sure, that's
yeah,
dope.
and then I got my boy Zach on guitar. He's amazing. He's also an artist in his own right, doing some phenomenal things. Super proud of him. And then I have my boy James. He's a fantastic drummer. My brother met him through an After School Matters program. And like when I needed a drummer, my brother's like, look nowhere else, I got you.
For
So
sure, that's
yeah,
dope.
that's my family right there.
For sure. Shout out, bro, man. Bring bands back.
Yes,
Bring
sir.
live
Yes, sir.
performances back. No doubt.
Absolutely.
All right, let me ask you this: if you can go back and give your younger self any piece of advice, what would it be?
Man, y'all got the heavy hitters today, man. I'm gonna say be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I think, especially growing up as like kind of the only black kid in my like class, especially classically, I feel like a little like a misfit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like even like a small example, seeing the guys kind of have to flip their hair back before they play violin. You know what I'm saying? But I got a buzz cut. I got a number one. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
I'm not really doing any of that. And as a kid, representation is everything. So seeing or not seeing myself all the time kind of made me a little insecure. So I guess going back, I would just say, hey, you're dope. You're dope, and keep doing what you're doing.
Facts.
All right, now before we get out of here, tell the people how they can get in tune with you, stay in tune with you, find everything you got going on.
Yes, sir. You can follow me at The King Melik, TheKingMelik, on all platforms. Stream Sanctuary. It's out on all streaming platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that.
For sure that.
All right, Jimmy, talk to the people real
Yes,
quick.
sir. Hey, man, shout out to our guest, King Melik, man.
Yes,
It's been wonderful hearing about your story, bro. This has been a great interview, you know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
oh, man, it's no issue, man. Thank you for coming through, man, and just telling us about your story, bro. It's been dope. Like I always say, man, this is one of the best forms of connection. You know what I'm saying? When you come up here, we finally get to hear about you outside of the music. This one of those things that, you can have people locked in, listen to your music, but once you get that solid interview, they really get behind you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
And they really understand what they listening to. You know, so it's a lot of key gems in here. So hey, make sure y'all go out there and stream that Sanctuary, man, out now on all platforms.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all connect with King Melik. Follow him on all social sites. Stay updated. Stay in tune with the latest content, man. Make sure y'all follow Ill Sound Radio, ILLSOUND Radio. Follow iLLANOiZE Radio. You know we only play on iLLANOiZE Radio every Sunday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Follow me, Groove Nuke. Make sure y'all submit music, man. All the submissions is in the bio. You can submit from the site. You can also submit to our email. So go ahead and do us that one favor. We'll stream you right back. And Jay, what you got to say to him?
Hey man, shout out to you, bro.
Yes, sir, man.
Show that.
Like you said, you don't have to work. And I appreciate that. You feel me? Because that lets you know how focused on your grind you are as far as the music go, and whatever else you got going on outside of music. Now you just say you was performing in New York. I seen you performing in Milwaukee on your IG page.
Yes,
so it's great to see artists flourishing. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to show that you don't need 100,000 followers on Instagram. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Because good music gonna find its ear. You know what I'm saying? And you don't need 1 million fans to thrive as an artist. You know what I'm saying? You need some super fans.
Right.
So shout out to you and everything you got going on, bro. Just keep grinding, keep rocking. I appreciate how well this interview went. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Because it was like you started off talking about classical music has layers to that shit, and it was layers to this interview. You feel me?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
So
yes,
just
sir.
keep rocking, bro. Keep growing, keep grinding. Any way we can help you, you feel me? We here for you.
Hey man, that means so much to me. Appreciate y'all so much. Y'all are so big in Chicago right now because having I'm an upcoming artist, and then y'all have King Louis up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like what y'all do is important for the city, and I want to thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, no problem, man.
We appreciate you appreciating us.
Absolutely, man.
And just remember this, man. We ain't no bigger than y'all.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
y'all the engine to this shit for real. You
Yes,
know?
sir.
So shout out to y'all.
Now on our way out, we gonna play Calabasas. You
All right,
feel me?
yes,
So
sir.
once again, man, salute to you. Everything you got going on, man. Y'all go stream Sanctuary everywhere right now. You feel me? If y'all want to listen to this podcast in a couple days, search us Ill Sound Radio on all podcasting platforms, man. It's gonna pop up, man.
Yes, sir.